So, good morning. This is Oredo Angeline. So, today we are going to talk about the stock, soups, and sauces. So, before we talked about them, I want us to look at the learning outcomes. So, at the end of this topic or at the end of this session, these are the expectation we are going to achieve. One, at the end of this topic, the trainee will be able to achieve to have knowledge on different types of soups, stocks, sauces, and how to prepare them. Then number two, the ability to season and balance the flavors in stock, soup, and sauces. Number three, ability to adjust recipes to accommodate dietary restriction preference. So let's move to definition of terms. Number one, we're going to look at the stocks. So stock, it's a liquid containing color, flavor, and nourishment which has been extracted from the raw meat and raw vegetables, such as bones for the such as bones and also the vegetable stocks. Then we have another term which is soup. Soup is a well-flavored liquid served as the first course, and mostly it is used to stimulate the appetite of the customers. And remember, when serving their soups, they are being served in a very small portion because they are not meant to quench the hunger of the customer. So you only give a small portion for the client just to prepare him or her for the main meal. Then we have another term which is sauces. It's a well-flavored thickened liquid used as an accompaniment to the meal. For example, we have puree-based sauces. We have bechamel sauces. So under bechamel sauces, we have white sauces and we also have the brown sauces. So these sauces can either come from the vegetables and also the meat. So it depends with the customer's preference. Then we have types of soups, sauces, and stocks. So these soups they include broth. So broth is a soup in which bones, meat, fish, grains or vegetables have been simmered in water, or stock. Example, we have the minestrone soup. Then we have another type of soup which is cream. They can be made from velouté based such as cream of chicken, cream of tomato soup, cream of potato soup, cream of mushroom soup, and cream of green pea soup. So we have a number of soups that you can make using cream. Then we also have the puree based soup. It's a soup with vegetable based that has been pureed in food mill or blender. Then we have clear soup. Example of the clear soup we have consumer soup. Then it's a soup with an intense flavor derived from meat bones and good stock. We have causes of cloudiness in consumer soup. Remember, when preparing consumer soup, there are some things that you need to put into consideration to avoid the soup being cloudy. So these are some of the causes that may make your soup to be cloudy. So number one, we have the poor quality stock. So when you're not using the fresh stock to make your consumer soup, you will end up having the cloudiness. Then we have the greasy stock. So when purchasing the raw meat or the raw bones you wanna use for the preparation of the consumer soup, ensure that you trim all the excess fat present in it so that you can have a good consumer soup. Then we have unstrained stock. So if you just serve soup without straining it, it will appear cloudy. Then we also have the imperfect coagulation of the cleaning agent. We have lack of cleanliness of the pan, the utensils or the cutleries you are going to use for the preparation of this consumer soup. Make sure you maintain the hygiene and ensure that they are all clean. Then finally we have not allowing the soup to settle before straining. So before you strain any soup, make sure you allow it to settle so that all the greases will come up, then you skim them, then finally you can go ahead and strain your soup. By doing all those, you will have a quality consume soup. So that marks the end of our today's lesson. Thank you so much for your cooperation.